Hey, welcome to another show. So, um, Baltimore opened it up week one, Sunday night, prime time, at NBC, September 7th. Okay, now, a lot of primetime games. One, two, three, four and 6 weeks. That's a lot. You know, um, so week one, Baltimore Ravens. Way to kick it off, huh? Start off hot. Let's go. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, duking it out. It could happen. See what happens. Um, we'll go from there and everything. But New York Jets, week two at 1 p.m. on CBS. I'll be probably home watching that. Sunday, or no, I'm sorry. This is another primetime game. Week three is the Miami Dolphins, 8:15 Thursday. 4 days later on Amazon Prime. So I'll be watching that. And the primetime games, I would try to go live on YouTube and everything. So hopefully I could do that. So hit and subscribe to the channel so you can get updates. And I'm gonna do the whole NFL schedule, starting with the AFC East with the Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, Jets, and then I'm gonna do the NFC East. So the Giants, the Cowboys, and all that. So back and forth in the next couple of weeks. It'll be up there. It'll be short clips. It'll be all these teams in each division, starting with the AFC East. So hopefully hit and subscribe to the channel like that. It'll be short clips, but it'll be up there on YouTube, Facebook, and audio. For the full thing, it would be audio as well. So we'll get bits and pieces if you want it on audio. It is Apple and Spotify and iHeartRadio. If you want to listen to the audio part, so hopefully you guys will like it and hit and subscribe to the channel. Week four, New Orleans Saints, 1 p.m. on Fox. We should saw that coming. New England Patriots, primetime, Sunday, October 5th, NBC. They were really good. They got A plus, something like that in the draft this year, in 2025 NFL draft. Bill's got the Bill's got an A or B or something like that. Overall, I give it a B plus for the Bills. They did dress what they needed, defensive ends and tackles and stuff like that. So we'll see how it all pans out this year with the Buffalo Bills on their schedules, and we'll go from there. But we'll see what Miami Dolphins do. So, and then we got New England Patriots. They're upcoming. Las Vegas predicted that they be second in the division. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But that'll be good on NBC as well. Like I said, another prime time and then back-to-back prime times again. Monday night, October 13th, is my wedding anniversary. I gotta watch that game. In Atlanta, 8:15 on ESPN. Then we got a bye. I don't like the bye that week 17. You might think Atlanta is coming up on the prime time on Monday night to host like that. Upcoming, but we'll see. I will, like I said, I'll be doing all the teams in the NFL on this channel. So I do more than just talking about my Bills. So let's go. That one guy that's a Dolphins fan. Our quarterback's better than yours. Not only that, but your quarterback's might have hit away from retirement. permanently. You got Tyreek Hill, who just doesn't want to be there. So we'll see what happens there, big guy. Week 7 bye, as I said. And then we go to Carolina at 1 p.m. on CBS. Carolina Panthers, another 1 o'clock game. And then now, Kansas City Chiefs. Now, for the last couple of years, we're 4-0 against Kansas City in playing them in the regular season. The opposite is that in the playoffs. So, would you want to beat them now in the regular season, November 2nd, at CBS, which we knew CBS was going to get that game. But, do you want them now? Beat them? Or just like, we'll see in playoffs and really going to do what we can in the playoffs. If they get to the playoffs, I don't know. That's going to be interesting when I do their schedule and see how many wins and losses they'll have. Uptick from last year to this year. What I'm going to do is how many I got right from last year and, vice versa. So we'll see how I do this year. So hopefully better than last year. But Buffalo, I think I got them right. Might have not gotten exact games, wins and losses. For the Buffalo Bills, I will do win, loss, whatever the case may be. Right now, what they predicted is for the Buffalo Bills to be 11 wins or 11 and a half. But I'm more like 13, 14 again. Probably 13. So, but like I said, we'll get to that and everything, So, after the Chiefs game is in Miami, November 9th. So hopefully a little chilly. Go down to Florida, get warmed up, cheer on the Bills, break some tables, have a couple of beers. No drinking and driving, please. But yeah, drink a couple, Miller Time beers. Or Stone Cold Steve Austin is Steve Weiser. But like I said, don't drink and drive, please. November 9th. And then come back home, play Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 1 o'clock. Surprised it's not like a 4 o'clock game as well. But 1 o'clock on November 16th on Fox. It's on Fox as well. And then primetime Thursday. 7:15 it says. I don't know if that's a misprint. November 20th. Is there other games at that time? I have to look at the NFL schedule, so I didn't get a chance to do that. So I'm just doing the Bills right now. And we're talking about some other Bills stuff and everything with the offense and battles and training camp and everything else. All right. Primetime. Houston. Amazon. Steelers. Right after that, after the Houston game, week 13, in Pittsburgh at 4:25, primetime-ish, if you want to call it that, So, December 7th, CBS. CBS. Another 4:25 primetime game. Week 14, Cincinnati Bengals at 4:25, December 7th at CBS. So then we go back to 1 o'clock games. New England, 1 o'clock on CBS. Cleveland Browns on CBS right before Christmas. And that was a game I wanted to go to down. I was hoping it would not be in December. I was hoping somebody said, they're going to play in late December. I'm like, no, so I want to go down. It's too close to the weather. It could be nasty. It's too close to Christmas, everything. I got Christmas, and I got my kids' birthdays right after that, a week later. So, And then after the Cleveland Browns game is the Philadelphia Eagles game at 4:25 on Fox. Is that really game going to really matter too much? Maybe for the number 1 seed for the Buffalo Bills. Maybe number 2 seed or 3 seed. But I see them being number 1 this year. But, do a deep dive on that. So hit like subscribe to the channel. And then New York Jets to be determined. But I don't know. You know, we'll have to wait and see what happens and everything. So we'll go from there. I don't know. I just don't. I don't like the Philadelphia game that late. It could mean nothing for both teams. Imagine if that's the case. Like, they're the Super Bowl champions. Boom. You know, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6. So in week 7, you know, so hit and like, subscribe to the channel. You know, so Bill's offense this year in training camp, we're going to talk about real quick. We know Josh Allen, Trubisky 1 and 2, but Bushell and Mike White are going to be battling it out. They also could be battling out for the number 2 spot as well, but one of them is going to go. A lot of people say Mike White, but then it could be Bushell. So we'll see. It'll be a good battle for our number 3 quarterback. You know, for practice squad and everything. You know, we got Cook and Davis, Evans, Frank Gore, and Johnson. All probably going to make the team as well. You know, Davidson, Kincaid, Knox, and Rogers. You know, as our tight ends, and we also drafted one guy. Gilliam is our fullback as of right now, but who knows what's going to happen with that. I think he stays, though, you know, as the guy to help out. But it all depends on the tush push if they ban that or not. So we'll know in the next few weeks, probably 2 weeks. But we'll see what happens and everything. So hit and like, subscribe to the channel. For your audio, like I said, Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio. Rate and review if you can, please. Corners is going to be the definite thing. You know, Benford and White are probably 1 and 2 right now, but White is not. Benford is the only one guaranteed to be your number 1 in stone and everything else. Everybody else is up for grabs, so that's going to be a battle I'm going to keep an eye on during training camp when that officially starts in the end of July. You also got the wide receivers. I like to see what Coleman could do. Hamler, I want to see. Shavers could be up there now. Samuel, Shakir, we know. Riddle could be up there. Palmer, I want to see what he can do. So we'll see what happens with that and everything. You know, but the corners is, you know, is going to be the deep dive and everything else that I'm going to love about the Buffalo Bills and their during training camp and everything. So it's going to be amazing, you know. So I hope you guys hit like, subscribe to the channel so I can talk about it more when it gets that time. But, like, you know, between now and official training camp starts in July, I'm going to do the NFL schedule, starting with the AFC East, then it'll be the NFC East, and then we'll go from there. You know, I'll pick teams and see how many wins they're going to have, like I said, how many wins they're going to have and everything else. So hopefully you guys hit and like, subscribe to the channel. Till next time, go Bills.